Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium,
a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the
We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows. UT now has more than 3,000 events annually and 200 clubs and student organizations. We have won 13 NCAA Division II championships, and since 2000, Spartan teams have won 35 Sunshine State Conference titles. As a member of the University of Tampa Spartan family, you are a guiding force behind UT's remarkable success. We are alums, students, parents, and friends, and together we are changing lives. We are individuals, yet the greater whole is only complete when we work together. You have helped make UT a vibrant community with growing resources and a superior reputation. Just like in the beginning when professors worked without pay, the spirit of giving at UT remains strong. Last year, nearly $14 million was donated to the university by thousands of generous supporters. When we strengthen education, we strengthen our job force and our nation as a whole. Donations support academics, campus life, and a student's ability to afford an education. Your participation is what matters most and shows that our Spartan family believes in the future of UT. Whatever level of support, your gift is important to us and enables UT to provide the challenging, high-quality education that has defined our university. Thank you for helping UT achieve such great success.
There is something electrifying about a vibrant community of learning. Providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. A UT education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
Ranked graduate school. AA Division II athletics program.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. ranked NCAA Division II athletics program.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student health care is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities.
Test. Sounds good. Test. Yep.
Go ahead. Welcome everybody to the University of Tampa baseball as the Tampa Spartans get ready to take on the Flagler Saints. First our national anthem and then their starting lineups. And again, welcome to University of Tampa Baseball. The Tampa Spartans getting ready to take on the Flagler Saints. Jack Ike along with Tate Gebhardt as the Spartans taking on another Peach Belt Conference team. And Tate, if the Spartans win the Peach Belt Conference, they'd be in first place.
They get unlimited amounts of peaches all around. It's been an interesting couple weekends having Peach Belt team after Peach Belt team, so it's been quite interesting.
Spartans started with 3 games on the road against Georgia College from the Peach Belt Conference. Took 2 out of 3. Georgia Southwestern then came down here for 3 games. Yep. Spartans swept all 3. And just last weekend, South Carolina Aiken came here to Spartan Stadium, and the Spartans swept them in 3 straight. So Spartans are 8-1 on the year, all against Peach Belt Conference teams, and now take on Flagler for their 4th Peach Belt Conference team, though this game is just a 1-game midweek series.
It is one and done.
Spartans will be in Sunshine State Conference play this weekend when Florida Tech comes to town to open up the SSC season. That'll be Friday, single game. Saturday is a doubleheader. Flagler comes in 5-5. The Spartans, as we said, 8-1. Tampa ranked number 1 in the nation preseason. I don't think, not sure if they've had any more rankings since then. I think they usually wait a little bit before they rank them again, but Spartans have certainly done nothing to dispel the rumor they're the best team in the country.
Indeed. If they're not 1, they're definitely 2. The only question would be Wingate, because they had a pretty hot streak so far to their season. But, I mean, honestly, at this point, if you're 1 or 2, you're doing pretty well.
No doubt about that. And it's a familiar position for the Spartans. Let's get to starting lineups for Flagler. The opponents for today's game wearing their road grays. They will start, as a matter of fact, number 9, and that is Mason Gray. And he is from Lake City, Florida. He will be playing shortstop. Batting second is the right fielder, number 1, Donovan Garcia from Odessa, Florida, went to Steinbrenner High School. Number 21 is the designated hitter, and that is Ashton Thomas, leading hitter on this team at 360 on the season, and he is from Lyons, Georgia. Cleanup is number 25, the left fielder, and that is Miles Colangelo, and he is from Palm Beach, Florida. Batting fifth is the second baseman, number 3, Matthew Burke from Kingwood, Texas, I should say. Batting sixth is the first baseman, number 8, Coy Phillips from Santa Fe College here in Florida. Number 26, batting 7th, is the third baseman, and that is Brad Vondruska from Gurnee, Illinois. Batting number 8 is the catcher, number 7, John Fiorenza, and batting 9th is the center fielder, number 22, and that is Trey Newland from Lake Worth, Florida. On the mound for the Spartans, the battery is Canny and Rulai, and the first pitch was just outside ball 1.
Santa Fe College, I got a buddy of mine who played high school ball who's playing there currently. Part of Florida. Alex
Canny on the mound for the Spartans. He is a freshman from Valrico, Florida.
First Tuesday game of the year, Jack. Not too bad.
No, 82 degrees at first pitch. On the season, Alex Canny has made 1 appearance, 4 innings pitched, and he gave up just 3 hits, struck out 5, walked none, has an ERA at the moment of 0. Gray looks at a 3-1 count. Will set the Spartans defensively after this batter. Nice day here in Tampa. Very mild breeze. You can see if you look out into left center field, the sun poking through some of the stadium supports. And it'll be a 3-2 pitch coming up. This is Game 7 of a 16-game homestand to start the season. 3 games on the road to start the year, and now home for 16. 3-2. Hit out into center field. Cadenas waves everybody off, takes a couple steps in, makes the easy catch, 1 up, 1 down.
Gotta say, I like the black unis, Jack. First time I'm seeing them all year.
Yeah.
Nice and sleek.
Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Donovan Garcia.
Garcia will come to the plate. Setting the Spartans, they have Rulai behind the plate. Canny is the pitcher. There's a base hit. E.J. Cumbo on 1 hop in right field. and Garcia.
I was about to say
breaks up the no-hitter.
Yeah, I was about to say Garcia was batting .229 in the year, so he just bumped up his average.
Yeah. First base is Dan Sullivan for the Spartans. A little change-up in people, actually not in people, but in where they're playing, is J.D. Urso playing second base today. He's normally the shortstop. Drew Earhart has moved to shortstop. He's been catching lately and playing a little third base. And McAllister Jorgensen is the third baseman today. In the outfield, the same outfield, Jordan Lala, Jose Cadenas, and E.J. Cumbo, left, center, and right.
I don't see that outfield changing unless it's them switching off with one another.
Yeah, or depending on the game, a non-conference game, he may just try some people. He's done that in the past.
I like what he's doing with J.D. Urso. They do that quite often when there's hit a rough start to a week, especially at shortstop, move him over second, let him build his confidence back up fielding-wise, and then put him back to short. Drew's going to be everywhere all year. You've already seen that so far, center, short. And
he may come up here for a couple innings.
He could if he wanted to.
Yeah. Fouled out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Man on first.
I don't know if you've been checking out on the social medias, but they've been doing the mic'd up. I saw Drew Earhart was doing that earlier in the week. They mic up during practice and give him a little bit more personality. I like it.
2-1. Down the middle, strike 2. 2-2 to Ashton Thomas.
Thomas is their leading average on the team.
360 on the season.
Tied for doubles on the team as well. Tied for second in RBIs on their team with 5. And that's about all we can get from him right there.
Runner goes, fouled off. Now, we talked about the Spartans could be leading the Peach Belt Conference with the games they played. Flagler could be a member of the SSC for the games they've played lately. Ground ball, base hit through short and third, so runners on first and second with 1 out. After opening the season with Queens University of Charlotte, North Carolina, the Flagler Saints then went down to, or hosted, I should say, St. Leo and took 1 of 3 that weekend. They then played Florida Tech, lost that game, and then played a 3-game series down at Eckerd last weekend and took all 3 from Eckerd.
A little bit of flip-flops happening this year.
And after this game, they go to Rollins for a couple games midweek. Colangelo at the plate now, left fielder. Runner in scoring position. Alex Canny, the freshman for the Spartans, getting a little predicament early in the game. Rulai blocks that one.
Very veteran move there by Rulai. Let the freshman take a quick breather.
Canny's a big kid from Valrico, went to Durant High School, 6'1", 200. Now the home plate umpire says, okay, enough of that.
Enough talk, enough chatter. Was it 30
Josh
seconds?
Seems to have quite the message he's sending. He was right up there. Mostly positive encouragement, I would assume.
I would assume that as well. My catcher in high school would always come out and ask me a question of simple, like just addition. What's 5 + 10? And then that would be it.
You'd say 12, and
yeah, we go on our way. Yeah, indeed.
1 ball, fouled off, 1-1. There's a Hall of Fame pitcher, Bob Gibson, from a number of years ago, and he was something else, and he was just an ornery old guy. And his catcher at the Cardinals was Tim McCarver. Okay. And so McCarver would come out to talk to him, and he'd say, go back. I don't want people thinking you're giving me advice.
That sounds like Max Scherzer. Talk about one man I would never, as a coach, want to take the ball away from would be Max Scherzer, number 1 on the list. Our own Tom Colby has the same eyes as Scherzer's, got the 2 different colored eyes.
Okay. With off-speed pitch, just misses.
I just heard news, and of course it's a rumor, Freddie Freeman's not looking to sign back with the Atlanta Braves.
Uh-oh, you're probably devastated.
I am a little devastated. Grew up with them, but got a championship out of him, so I can't say too bad. He did what he... It's more the Braves' falter than his.
2-2 on the swing and a miss.
I wanted to ask Kevin Kiermaier while he's here. There was a trade rumor, a couple at least, and again, they're all blogs and stuff right now because everyone's in a lockout, but let's talk about him getting traded to the Braves, potentially.
Kevin? Mm-hmm. The trade rumors with him are all the time. They have been for years.
A fielding defensive outfitter as high caliber as him, probably. He's on the top of most teams' wish list.
Always coming up in trade rumors. Quite a few years, they had rumors for Evan Longoria. Finally, it was dealt to San Francisco. KK keeps surviving here. Swing and a miss, 2 down.
I just can't imagine going day to day, reading the newspaper, being like, did I get traded?
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
It's got to be a rough one.
Especially, 20-some, 30, 40 years ago.
Sure.
You just sort of heard things, but now everybody's talking about it every minute of the day.
If someone breathes about, a certain team, it's out there. My brother, sister's cousin told me, so therefore.
Yeah, but I put it on the internet as soon as I heard.
There you go.
Put it on Twitter. Burke at the plate, the second baseman. Ground ball foul.
Part of me thinks those guys like Adam Schefter have people that do their accounts for them. Because honestly, it'll be like 2 in the morning, and it'll be like some random Canadian player got signed, and I can't imagine he doesn't get sleep over that. But
yep.
And both my roommates are Yankees and Rays. It felt good to cozy.
Canny with a look back, steps off.
We did have the first pickoff of the season.
Did you?
Yeah.
And it worked?
It worked to a charm. Drew snuck in right behind the bag.
Nice. At second?
Yep. That was a good pickoff. I believe it was Linder, if I remember correctly.
Popped.
Ooh, that might
be catchable. It's going to be foul and up on the screen. I'll have to let everyone know that our camera is stationary, can't move left, right, up, or down. So unfortunately, they call it a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get.
Yep.
We just have limited space here and limited people. So you will lose the ball down the lines. We'll just do our best to let you know what's going on. Beautiful stadium, though. Beautiful park. Tate will give you a little.
I don't know if we can
talk about the Tampa skyline.
Sure. I don't know what we can necessarily do to get this maybe put into one of the top 10 D2 skylines in the nation.
Inning is over,
but it's definitely up there.
All right, Spartans get 2, or I should say the Saints get 2 on. The Spartans get out of the inning, though, and it ends up being a no runs, 2 hits, no errors. We played half an inning. Spartans coming to back right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Down there. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the first. Jack Ike, if you could give us a little rundown on this pitcher we're about to
get to the starting lineups for Tampa and the battery for the Flagler Saints, as they've got Nick Pfeiffer on the mound, and this will be his third appearance of the season, all starting appearances, but has no record at this point in time, and has 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, given up a double, has a 1.50 ERA on the season. His battery mate is Fiorenza, and E.J. Cumbo will lead off for Tampa. Spartans will have Cumbo, Drew Earhart.
Cumbo hit a ball foul that would have ended up halfway on the soccer field if it wasn't for the cage. Absolutely blasted one. It didn't count for anything, but...
Misses that one, fouled back. Jamarcus Lyons, Dan Sullivan, Jordan Lala, J.D. Urso, Jose Cadenas, McAllister Jorgensen, and Josh Rulai, the batting order for Tampa. Cumbo at the plate.
Oh, going
bounces
deep.
One out to center, flies one deep to center on the run, making a nice catch out there is Newland.
It's a really nice catch. Talking about Lions, there was a play at the plate on Saturday, or no, it might have been Sunday. There was a play at the plate. He ran through a stop sign and slid and almost injured his entire leg. Glad to see him out there, batting third.
Drew Earhart sporting the nice socks, black socks with the red stripes.
I see what you're saying. The UT socks,
yeah,
fashionable.
Nobody wears stirrups anymore, but I think Barry Bonds ended that fashion, unfortunately. Just a little inside.
Yeah, I did for a brief time, and then as time went on as a kid, I think everyone started wearing long pants was the go-to move, and then if you wore that, then you probably got thrown at. That was the thing in Georgia. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere.
Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I just remember that, or if you pitched with eye black, but depending on
that was frowned upon.
It was, again. This might be just solely a Georgia thing or a travel ball thing, but I know for a fact the stirrup thing was the
ground ball out to third, fielded by Von Druska. The throw is in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, the Saints defense looks a lot more sound than these other Peach State teams we've seen. Just you can just tell how they put themselves out there.
Brings Jamarcus Lyons to the plate, the DH today. Normally the third baseman, but giving way to Jorgensen for today's game. Off-speed strike.
A lot of these Peach Belt teams have a very young roster. It's interesting. Keep forgetting Tampa has a fantastic job of getting new recruits every year.
Yep. Fastball low. And they've got a shift on for Lions. Second baseman over on the shortstop side or the third base side of the bag, and he hits it foul. So they've done some research on the Spartans this year. First time I've seen the shift this year.
Now my question to you, and I think I'll know your answer, but I'd like to ask regardless. What's your thoughts on the shift? Do you think it should be allowed? Some people are starting to say it shouldn't.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could say, well, then hit it where they ain't.
Yep.
Inside.
Well, my thing is here is you just have to hit it opposite field and you have a stand-up double.
I know. You'd at least have a single.
So at least it teaches you to do that.
I guess if they're saying this is where you hit it, we want you to prove us wrong.
Yeah. My hitting coach in high school was Brian McCann's father, so Brian McCann was known for getting the shift put on him a lot. Always 4 or 5 guys over on the right side of the infield.
And he just says, I'm going to just hit it over.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
That may go for 2, down into the left field corner. Rounds first, heading towards second, slide, throw, and he's out.
Yeah. That was a good relay. This team looks well put together.
Yeah, disciplined in the fundamentals. Nice throw that went from Colangelo to Gray to Burke, making the tag. So did get a hit, but thrown out at second. We played one full, no score on TampaSpartans.tv. We head to the top of the second inning. It'll be Phillips, Vondruska, and Fiorenza for the Flagler Saints. Coming into this game 5-5 on the season, all non-conference games, and a bunch of them so far against Sunshine State Conference teams. Indeed. They swept Eckerd over the weekend, down at Eckerd.
Indeed. Phillips coming today is 121. Scored 3 runs, has 4 hits on the year, and actually has 1 home run. And has walked 3 times.
Swing and a miss. Phillips sounds productive when he gets on. 4 hits, 3 runs scored, and a home run. Outside.
Speaking of the Spartans' power, Dan Sullivan leads the team with 3 home runs. I believe the only other one coming from Drew Earhart, but that
was on the road, I believe. Fouled off. I think it was up at Georgia College in the first weekend of the season.
There's only been 2 at home, as we know, for the mileage that I will be running at the end of the year.
Yep.
I believe Jack said that every away team that hits a home run this year, he will be biking a mile. That's through the rumor.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it for any home run.
Okay, cool.
Home or road. I'll be done in a couple hours.
The Lance Armstrong of UT baseball, Jack.
Minus drugs.
Minus drugs, yeah.
Other than my allergy medication.
Indeed.
Which might get me banned from figure skating. I don't know.
I know Russia may or may not be using them, but
yeah. Back up the middle for a base hit. 3 hits already for the Saints in this game. Solid single by Phillips there.
They look like they came ready to play. I guess just better than the last 2 teams we've seen, at least fundamentally wise.
Now batting is the third baseman, number 26, Ryan Vondruska.
Vondruska's 250 on the year so far, has scored 2 runs, has no doubles, no triples, but does have 3 RBIs.
So if he's 250, that makes me think he's got 15, 20, 25 at-bats, one of those numbers.
In that area, let me see if I can get 20. He's got
5 hits.
Yep. Yep.
Being the non-math major I am, those 250s.
I just get so bogged down with numbers. Once we get here, it all goes out the window, Jack.
Tap foul. They did send a base runner in the first inning on a foul ball. He had to come back, but they weren't afraid to send him.
Little scout tip, I guess I'm learning, and again, this is me just observing from broadcasting. Each state teams do a lot of hit and runs. I haven't seen a lot successful. Tampa had a beautiful one Saturday.
0-2, swing and a miss. I don't know if that was a strike because Canny didn't look like he was trying to go after him on the 0-2, but he went up and tried to hit it.
That high cheese gets a lot of people, Jack.
Yep, it's so inviting and so difficult to hit. Fiorenza to the plate now.
If you can get around on it, though, that can go a mile.
One out, man on first. That's Phillips. Check swing, ball.
Fiorenza's 261 on the year, has 23 at-bats, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 double, and 1 home run on the year. Slugging percentage is .435.
As a team, Flagler hitting only .222 on the year. Spartans are hitting .307 on the season.
Well, knowing a small thing about averages, I would have to say Ashton Thomas is carrying the majority of the load here with batting .360, and he got a hit, so that got bumped up a little bit too.
Foul out of play.
Speaking of the Olympics, my home country bringing in a total of 0 medals all across the board. Kind of a dull Olympics, I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's because the way it was presented, like media-wise, but maybe it was the back-to-back years. I don't know. I remember as a kid going up for the Olympics and getting really into curling, getting really into all this stuff, and just, I don't know. I only watched the bobsledding really this year.
Throw down, they may have them. No, got back. There just weren't any, from my opinion, any majorly compelling stories in the Olympics. With the hockey team not making it. Sure. The women's hockey team lost in the
Finland beat
semifinals.
Russia for gold, so that was an interesting storyline. But you're right, it wasn't really much. And Russia is the Russian Republic of athletes or whatever.
Right. Ground ball. Jorgensen with the field goes to second for 1. No time for the relay, but they get the lead runner for the second out of the inning.
I like the hold there by JD. A lot of people don't understand how hard it is to be trigger happy on those. The brief time I did play second, that's one of the coolest things about playing second's turning too. So when you get the opportunity, it's
it was a slow roller to third, so it was a fairly long throw. So it was good play to get 1 runner.
I know JD, the competitive person that he is. It's just an instinct that comes with it. You really want to throw it, but you just have to tell yourself you can't. But so far, the fundamentals for this Saints team's really showing, because Tampa, you can't really give up too many errors and get away with them. So
Newland at the plate, the center fielder, made a nice catch in the first on the very first batter. E.J. Cumbo going deep into center field, catching it just short of the track, but running away from the infield.
Newland is second in average coming in today on the the Flagler Saints roster, batting .276.
Swing and a miss.
He has 29 at-bats, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 doubles, 1 RBI, and is slugging .345. Now, one interesting stat, just looking at this earlier and looking back over it again, Matthew Burke, batting .263, has been hit 4 times this year. So
hit 4 times?
Rough time to start off the year.
He knows how to get on. There's a base hit. So Newland slaps one straight up, and that's about the 3rd hit of the 4 they've had. They've just gone straight up the middle. Just making good contact, and one went into between short and third. One was blooped in front of Cumbo.
And honestly, it's a coach's dream, if we're being honest. Fundamentals. I can't tell you how many times we were told never to go for the fences or for the gaps. Just simple base hit does the trick, and you're moving around, and that's how you win ball games.
Back to the top of the order with Gray. Flew out his first time up.
Gray will be sitting under .265. Does lead, is second on the team, tied for hits. Does have 1 triple, and it looks to lead the Saints in that category. What a beautiful night, though, Jack.
Yeah, it is. Clouded over a little bit, but that just makes it easier to judge fly balls.
Indeed.
Of course, eventually it'll be dark, and it'll just be stadium lights, which have kind of overtaken the field.
I always meant to ask you this, Jack. Have you ever seen a ball go over the bird cage for a home run? No? Okay. You'd have to really get it up there, I was just wondering.
Ground ball, can they make the play? Urso steps on the base to end the inning. So that one just didn't have enough speed to get out of the infield, and Urso on about 2 hops ends the inning. So they come up with no runs, a base hit, 2 hits actually, and left 2. We've played an inning and a half now, and there's still no score between Tampa and Flagler on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Bottom of the second we go. Leading off for Tampa will be Dan Sullivan, followed by Jordan Lala, and then J.D. Urso.
One of the best walk-up music songs in baseball. Never a bad night for Frank Sinatra. Righty-lefty is going to favor Sullivan.
Sullivan coming in with a .389 average on the year. Already has 36 at-bats for the season, 14 hits. 5 of them are doubles.
You can tell this Flagler team came, studied, and prepared. They threw a first-pitch curveball to Sullivan.
And that one is hit to center field, but coming in instead of going out is Newland. And actually the shortstop made the play.
I have no external analysis to back this up, but usually Sullivan gets 1 or 2 pop flies, and then it starts turning into the line drive, and that's when things start getting scary for the opposing team. It is right there.
Jordan Lala to the plate now. Fouled off.
I wondered, having this many strong of a left-handed lineup, I mean, not necessarily today, but just in general, what type of options that gives Coach Urso. Obviously, bunting options it does, but must be really fun strategically, at least.
Check swing strike. I mean, we're at batter number 5, and it's already the 3rd lefty.
Yeah. Do you think Urso will get to a point this year with the lineups? I mean, it's pretty much the same already, but
he hasn't wavered much.
Yeah. Lala kind of gives me that beginning Yelich. Like before he was, MVP, like Marlins Yelich.
1-2. 2-2.
Good fielder, could hit. That still amazes me that Marlins team never did anything. You had Stanton, Ozuna, and Yelich, and could not manage to do anything with it.
It's because they're the Marlins.
Well, this is true. I'm a Pelicans fan. I know we're switching sports, but it's almost at that point, if your team's going to be bad, might as well have a better logo. I like the old Florida Marlins logo better, honestly. They actually had some championship teams. I mean, I was really young, but they had some championship teams, Edgar and Torria, back in the day.
Outside, draws a walk.
3 bases.
Brings J.D. Urso to the plate. Hitting an even .400, 10 hits in his 25 at-bats. JD very productive this year with his 10 hits, has 10 RBI. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw is off target, goes in, actually deflected by Burke to save it from going out. But Lala now in scoring position off the walk.
Lala just seems to be that 5-tool guy. Just there's really not much he can't really do. Those are the ones you slide. It's going to hurt your ribs, but you know you're going to get a free base. So
1-1 on the way. Off speed and high.
JD's trying to use the power of the pearl. We bring it up every time, but Jock Peterson seemed to work throughout the majority of the playoffs. We're hoping with JD, who works for the entire season.
For stats, restarted for updates halfway through the second half of this game, so we hand wrote plays for the last, not the first half, but the overtime. Yeah, the last.
Call strike outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah. So last 15 minutes of the game.
Can't believe Max made that shot.
Here's some murmurs of it. You got to call the game. Tampa won an overtime basketball game this Saturday. After a weekend ago losing an overtime basketball game, kind of the same way.
Just inside. Well, a week ago, they lost on a last-second shot in regulation. Sure. But it was overtime. This time, Max Jones hit about a 20-foot jumper. I talked to him after the game, and he said, the defender put his hands right in my face. He said, I just shot where I thought the basket was.
He seems to be that guy. One of the best players in Division II, for sure.
Missed about 4 games. There's a ground ball. Base hit. That should.
Will we ever play the play?
Not bring in a run. Nope. And he would have been dead meat on that one.
Nice job by Coach Urso. Good job by his son. Good base hit.
Sharply hit. Garcia came in quickly from right field.
Well, they always say hit it where they pitch it, and he did do that. So.
Jose Cadenas to the plate.
Batting .333. I would say that's a pretty good start to the 2022 campaign for Jose.
Strike, call, first pitch, inside corner.
It'll be interesting to see where the umpires. I couldn't really get a pickup on any of the strikes on Saturday or Sunday. Of course, when the opposing coach, I believe for USC, Aiken, was challenging him, so of course that's going to probably change the umpires' strike zone. But
outside,
it was like a game of Tetris. You couldn't really find it, but. Also noticed the umpires are wearing blue. Don't know if there's something I'm missing out on, or maybe that's just their uniforms. Yeah,
I think it's typical. Blue.
Well, it's blue, of course. Yeah, I just haven't seen it here. You're correct. It is common. Great
the bunt down. That's a suicide squeeze. And he got him at first, but the run scores. Tampa takes the lead. That was planned all the way to send the runner, and a nice job getting the bunt down was Cadenas.
Traditional baseball is not dead, Jack, and I couldn't see most of my playing career, so that's what I would do. I would bunt. It's nice to see people still doing it. Tampa has a lead now.
Brings up McAllister Jorgensen.
Freshman batting .267.
Strike call now with 2 outs. Runner out on second base at J.D. Urso.
Now, I don't necessarily remember him from last year, so is he a freshman, like a true freshman?
I'd have to check.
I would have to check as well, because I don't remember him getting a whole lot of time last year if he wasn't. Nonetheless, here he is right now.
Strike 2.
Really trying to rely on that breaking ball.
Yeah, he's thrown it a lot and thrown it for strikes.
That's what gets you to the next level, folks. Can't really get a seam. I'm assuming it's a curveball, but it's an interesting way of how he throws it.
Goes the opposite way, but foul. Down near the Flagler bullpen.
It's armbar, Jack. There was another paper about that in the news the other day. Still haven't come for farm system yet, but nonetheless.
Quick look back at Urso. Here's the pitch. Tapped.
That might just
maybe
be dead
tough.
enough.
Coming in from third is Vondruska, and he's going to make it. He gets the hit. Urso goes to third. Runners at the corners with 2 out.
It's one of those old Ichiro Suzuki hits.
Just kind of dubbed it in front of the plate and just softened it enough that Vondruska was going to have no chance of getting a play.
See, that's the one you go back to the dugout and tell them, yep, nope, planned it exactly as it drew it up.
Swinging bunt.
The Ichiro Suzuki stat line at the end of his career, the amount of infield hits he had like that were, I think, over 500 for sure.
Here's Josh Rulai, the catcher, 9th hitter in the order. Pops it up. That'll be catchable. Going out is Gray, the shortstop. Waits, ends the inning. Spartans do get a run, pick up a couple hits, score 1, and we have now played 2 full innings, and it's Tampa on top of Flagler, 1-0 on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the third inning we go. Tampa on top, 1-0. Alex Canny on the mound for the Spartans. Given up 4 hits in 2 innings, but no damage done. Both innings he's faced runners at first and second, but they've advanced no farther.
Well, if you like Kanye West, you really are getting a full load of him here today.
I am. No matter what my opinion is.
At least Frank Sinatra's like low set.
The speaker is about 5 feet from us, and I can't imagine how loud it is without wearing headphones.
What's up?
I do sign language because it might be better for Tate, but it wouldn't help you at home.
No.
Donovan Garcia, number 2 hitter in the order, will lead off this inning.
That would be a first, though. Donovan Garcia up to bat. 229 coming into today.
Canny out of the stretch. Spartans have done that a few times. Starters out of the stretch the whole time. Herb does that.
I never understood why they taught from the windup, because maybe it is a comfortability thing, but it's like if you learn from the stretch, you'll never leave the stretch, so you'll be comfortable in any situation.
I just think I would think you'd get more velocity or propulsion to the plate out of the windup, but
that's been argued over time, and it's not necessarily you're wrong. It's just been
more leg drive than anything. So
it's been the reason why it's been conflicted is because of the old timey windup where they pull their hands up.
Yeah,
and that's not always the case because you drive from the hips. So, but Smoltz did a fairly good job of doing that. So,
fly ball out to Lala, just drifts over a little bit to the right and makes the catch.
Nice little Tuesday jog over there for Lala.
Yep.
Really impressive for a freshman coming out here being this composed.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of expected here at UT.
Kenny or
Kenny.
Oh, okay.
Well, Lala as well. Lala just seems to be an all-around threat, really.
Well, with the amount of baseball you play in Florida, by the time you're in college, you've probably seen a lot of tough situations.
Oh, indeed. Florida, Georgia, I played more in the summer than we ever did in the regular season for school. So
nice off-speed pitch to Thomas.
This is their dangerous hitter, Flagler Saints.
Singled in the first.
So we'll definitely have over 360. 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, 9 hits, only 1 run scored so far.
Goes golfing at that one. Makes it 1-2.
I never see players choke up anymore with 2 strikes.
No. Tap foul.
Then again, also, I never had the ability to hit for 360, so maybe there's something to that.
And a nice outside pitch. Ashton Thomas can't reach out for it. Swings and misses for the strikeout. 1 down. 2 down, I should say.
The left fielder, Miles Colangelo.
It's going to be below what he was coming in on the day on, which was 150. Colangelo, he has 1 run scored and 6 hits.
They may have a play at this. Rulai waits, throws the mask away, comes back, makes the catch to end the inning. Josh Rulai with a nice play behind the plate.
Good concentration.
So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We played 2.5, still 1-0 Tampa.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
NC State.
Bottom of the third, Spartans will send E.J. Cumbo to the plate. Leadoff hitter for Tampa. Flew out to center field, deep center, his first time up.
Leads the team in hits with 15. And is second in doubles. And leads the team with 2 triples. Very interesting swing that he has. A lot of movement, then comes calm before comes set. Things become second nature, nonetheless.
Ground ball out to second, fielded on a couple hops, and Burke throws him out. So Cumbo's hit the ball on the screws twice, has nothing to show for it.
Well, if you're going to have a day where you're not getting a lot of hits, at least you can tell yourself, I'm hitting it hard. And on the ground, especially. Next up to bat for the Spartans will be Drew Earhart. Tied for the team league with 10 RBIs.
Ground ball out to shortstop this time, fielded by Gray. And that one gets past him. Not past the first baseman, Phillips.
So the error, I believe, will go to...
It might be a throwing error because it was in the dirt.
That's true. I was thinking it would be a throwing error, but also at the same time, it seems somewhat pickable, so it's... I don't know how that works statistically.
Tom Colby's call.
No, indeed. I just always wondered about the stuff like that. We had a guy foul ball off Saturday, and he went out of the box and was called out. It was a strikeout. It's one of those random things that happen.
Jamarcus Lyons, DH today, normally third baseman.
Slowly creeping his way back up the batting average, of course, early on in the year. He'll make his way back up surely.
Gets away. Earhart will trot down to second.
No, it's just
It's one of those ones you look at your hands and you wonder, did I put something on here before I came out? I say that, but
we're going to have a visit to the mound.
I also did notice they don't check for substances in college like they do in pros. Not that they need to, but that was a big topic of contention.
It seems more of a discussion on an injury than what's going on. They're asking for the Tampa training staff to come out. Pfeiffer acted kind of like, I can't believe what happened.
Feel bad for the kid like that. Especially for a pitcher, it's tough.
Seems a little bit frustrated by what's going on. I think they're telling someone to hurriedly get warmed up. I didn't see anything odd happen with Pfeiffer, but
I think he extended his arm. The only reason why I thought something might have been the issue is, I'm again being a Braves fan. Chris Medlin, I was a lefty, but same instance. There was a Rays pitcher a couple years ago that had the same thing. Came loose and just did this and went that way. 1-5.
So we are going to get a pitching change now because nobody was in the bullpen.
Robert Archbold coming in.
We'll see if we can get some numbers on him. This is going to be his fourth appearance of the year. No starts, all in relief. Has 8.1 innings, 8 1/3, given up 10 hits. Scored 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, and has an ERA right now of 3.24.
Don't believe he went to the University of Illinois Springfield by way of... I thought maybe it was Illinois, like the Fighting Illini.
Nope, that's Champaign-Urbana.
Yep. You usually go down before the game starts and talk to the coaches. If you don't mind me asking, why is Flagler in the Peach State? Was there a different answer? Peach Belt, sorry.
I don't know. They're the only
Peach State from where I'm from.
They're the only Florida school in the Peach Belt Conference. Most of them are in Georgia and Alabama.
We saw the only other one was USC Aiken.
You know, Flagler, they've never really talked about them being an SSE team. The SSE added Embry-Riddle and Palm Beach Atlantic a couple years ago, but everybody seemed to talk about them joining the conference at one point, and they actually referred to Palm Beach Atlantic as an unofficial SSE member before they joined a few years ago, because everybody played them.
Yeah.
Flagler, I'm not sure their situation.
I think the SSC wanted to pick up on some pilots, Embry-Riddle, known for being a pilot school.
They're rocket scientists.
Yep. So when you say it's not rocket science, it literally is.
It is. It's Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Just for you guys wondering, what's blasting through the speakers, it's called Swag and Surfing, Jack.
Okay. I'm sure they're able to hear it.
Well, when I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, this is the first song I put on, full volume. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm up at 11:30 every day. That will, of course, come to an end as my school year will come to an end, as I'll actually have to go to work. Hoping to continue school, waiting to hear back from LSU. That'll be in April. See how that goes.
So Archibald getting whatever he wants to get loose, and apparently said, I've done enough, I'm ready.
Interesting choice to bring a lefty against a righty, but I don't think they had much of a choice. There is a righty, it looks like, warming up in the bullpen for the Saints.
Jamarcus Lyons steps back into the box with a 2-0 count. Pfeiffer responsible for the man on second, but went out with an arm injury. Check swing, ball.
Hope he's okay. That's not something you want to see, well, ever, but especially not early on in the year. And it's a calling balk. He comes.
Both umpires said it immediately.
Well, dugout was calling as well. I didn't see.
He must have done a little twitch.
Yeah.
So once he's here,
now all they need is a deep fly ball to score a run.
He must have just kind of twitched and not allowed to do any sort of faking. Swing and a miss. Now it's 3-2.
I used to always favor quick pitching because I never threw hard, so I was always told you have to at least, whatever you come set, but whatever you do, if it's awkward, it at least has to be awkward every time you do it. And that should
fly ball heading out toward right field.
More of a play to play it.
Garcia makes the catch. Coming in from third is Earhart.
Play
and
the play.
He is going to. He's out. No, he's safe.
Whoa.
I thought they hit him on the shoulder on the slide, but they said he didn't. Now the catcher is not arguing it. So
major league slide there by Drew Earhart.
Yeah.
Really,
Martin's up 2-0.
The veteran on the squad.
You gotta like the throw from Garcia, though.
That was a gun. He was, and then really, it's not the catcher's fault either. You don't have much room to.
Just up the line, just a touch, so he had to try to swipe back. Dan Sullivan to the plate now. They don't have a shift on in terms of moving somebody like the shortstop to the second base or the first base side, but they do. They have way shifted for him. Third base is kind of playing a shortstop. Shortstop is behind second base. Second baseman is. It doesn't matter because he hit it to center field.
So he popped it up to the infield.
Newland waits.
And he popped up to center. I guarantee you next one's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's getting it deeper.
Deeper and deeper.
All right, that'll end the inning. Spartans do pick up a run as Earhart got on with a bad throw and then got to second and scored on a sac fly. Spartans lead 2-0 at the end of 3 right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Top of the fourth we go, 2-0 Tampa. Every 3 innings, Joe Urso sends out some of the players to drag the infield. This is a perfect ballpark. I was talking to J.D. Urso, and he said during the off-season, the New York Yankees sent over their people who work on the field, and they laser level the infield. Put down new dirt and laser level the infield. So he said it's as close to a major league field as you can get.
He beats the ones we had in high school. I remember that for sure. I was a reliever, and I remember
pea gravel.
Oh, I would be in the bullpen. There'd be a chicken coop next to me. I'm trying to pitch. There's chicken barking at me.
Burke at the plate now, number 5 hitter. And gets
right
a
up the
base hit.
middle.
That's the third base hit. That's gone straight up the middle of the 5 base hits now Flagler has today.
And I, of course, know I go to the University of Tampa and obviously root for Tampa, but it's hard not to respect the way this team's hitting for Flagler. Just fundamental base hits up the middle. Not trying to do too much with the balls given to him.
Brings Phillips to the plate, 1 for 1 today. Throw to first, he's back. Nice off-speed pitch, swing and a miss.
Very interesting move by this Flagler team. They seem to do this sort of fake steal thing.
Yeah.
I never really understood that. I guess keep them uneasy.
Take about 2 or 3 steps, then come back.
Sure.
Might be just trying to see how the catcher reacts. Same pitch, same result. Strike 2.
Sure, Phillips, that's going to bother you. I hated those when there'd be the same pitch, the exact same spot. You're like, I'm going to hit it this time. And
same result.
Same exact result.
In the dirt, good block by Rulai. Tracks the ball down.
Tampa, sponsored by Dean Marini. We'll have Glove Day every year. It's one of my favorite parts of the baseball season, the new leather coming in.
Quick throw to first.
Well, if this was high school, I'm telling you, his mom would not be happy with him, the amount of dirt he's going to be picking up on his jersey. Fortunately, we are here at Division II baseball. So.
He was smart. He'd go in standing up every time. 1-2. Just missed outside.
That was another thing they were discussing in this lockout thing. I don't think they ever got around to really talking about it seriously, but how many times you can pick off was something discussed. Obviously, shorten the game up a little bit.
Over the game or per batter? Or
it's over the game, so usually like almost like NBA timeouts almost. Like you can only do it X amount of times. Because see, this has happened at least 3 or 4 times, and I understand the strategy here, but I don't think it's going to drastically speed up the game, but at least have more pitcher to catcher action. The game of baseball surely will be changing over the next decade for sure, to some degree.
Ground ball up the middle. Urso bobbles it. Has to go to first for the out. Runner slides into second. Burke advances to scoring position.
And that is exactly why we moved him over to second.
Vondruska to the plate. One out, runner on scoring position, in scoring position, standing on second. Canny fires, fouled back.
Well, if you're Flagler, you just want to get that runner over to third, or at least in for sure. Down 2 runs here early on. Get a new baseball. Another thing they're talking about, changing the seams on the baseball. They always seem to be doing that, messing with it, twerking, twirling with it. Pitcher's not obviously a fan of this, but trying to get more offense, more entertainment, at least in the major league level.
They need more offense? It's just home run derby.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's just, I think that's what the commissioners thought.
There goes the runner heading to third. Ball bounced away from Rulai, and now the runner is 90 feet away.
Yeah. Probably not necessary, but again, I don't agree with a lot of things the commissioner does. hoping we will have baseball soon.
Now Dave Barnett has a few more options with just one out.
Sure.
And a man on third. 1-1 count to Van Druska. 2-1 now.
If you're Van Druska, you're salivating if you can hit it oppo. It's a pretty wide opening there down the first baseline.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 now.
Oh, I know. He is.
Canny into the stretch. Here he comes. Outside will go full.
He's got that slow quickness to his fastball. You can't necessarily hear it, but you can sure see it.
Three-two on the way. Ball four, walked him. Runners on the corners now. And we'll bring Fiorenza to the plate.
I mean, for Caney, there's double play depth now.
Now batting as a catcher, John Fiorenza.
Cannot see their stolen. Oh, I do see their stolen base totals now. Okay, never mind.
Fiorenza 0 for 1 today. The first pitch, off speed, high, ball one.
He does have 2 RBIs on the year and is a .435 slugging percentage.
Catches the corner, 1-1.
Where's Teach fit into that? How do you know he lives there?
He told me. He wanted you to know.
Why didn't he tell you?
Foul back.
Go, girl.
I'll have to call you in about a year's time when I'm no longer here to ask you how Caney's doing. As a freshman, is super impressive, and I can't imagine with all the good coaching he'll be taught, obviously, throughout his time here, how dominant it's going to make him. You don't see a lot of freshmen this composed.
Check swing, fouled back. Stays 1-2. Canny fires. Outside, 2-2. Last tune-up for the Spartans before they get into Sunshine State Conference play this weekend.
Should be an exciting one for Florida Tech coming down.
Swing and a miss. Got the second out now.
The way he timed that was very nice.
Newland to the plate.
Didn't try to rush, overweighted and outweighted the batter and threw it by him.
Newland with a single his first time up. Off speed, strike call, nice pitch. Runners on the corners. Tampa leads 2-0. We're in the top of the fourth.
This Flagler team really likes the first pitch fastball, so I don't see them getting that many the rest of the game, but we'll see.
Outside. 1-1, make it 1-2. Spartans sent a couple arms down to the bullpen. Canny is up to 68 pitches, so they might try to get one more out of him.
We'll need him against...
Not sure if they worry about the 100-pitch count at this point in the season.
I think early on in the year, with Florida Tech coming in, all the SEC stuff, they want to keep their arms fresh. They are up 2-0, so they have the luxury of doing that if necessary.
Fouled off.
What's really nice about the Spartan Ball Club, their middle relief is fantastic, which you could see with the Braves, and back in the day, I believe the Royals helps them win championships. So the most intimidating figure, of course, being Drew Martin, being 6'7". I can't imagine the Randy Johnson effect of sorts.
Fouled back again.
Don't think Vandrushka will go, but just for those wondering, has not stolen the base this year, has not made an attempt. So
off speed, fouled again. Good at bat for Newland. Just fouling him off, waiting for that one pitch he can take and do something with it.
There goes Ross giving out the balls.
One and two again. 2-2.
Very good plate discipline here by Newland. And if you're Caney, you're just like, what else can I throw him? I've shown him.
That was outside, though.
It was outside.
The other ones, he's handled off speed, down the middle, fighting him off.
I think if High Cheese will be next.
Off speed, but high. 3-2 now.
Very quality at bat here by Newland.
That'll send Vandrushka running, but not Burke.
Do you have those binoculars?
And the pitch, there goes the runner, swing and a miss, and Canny with a fist pump and the strikeout, and the Spartans get out of the inning with no damage. So they leave two again, and at the end of 4.5 now, or 3.5 now, it is still 2-0 Tampa on top on TampaSpartans.tv.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Tampa on top 2-0. Archibald back on the mound. Came in relief of Pfeiffer, who after 2 pitches to Jamarcus Lyons had some arm discomfort and had to leave the game. He was able to get out of the inning. Jordan Lala will lead off for Tampa here in the bottom of the fourth.
Braden Forsyth looks to be warming up in the Tampa bullpen. Got some binoculars finally, so I can give you all some.
Lala a walk. Now he tries to bunt his way on, fouls it off. He walked and scored.
I can do that.
Back in the second.
Speaking of the starting pitcher for the Flagler Saints, he's on the right field line in what seems to be a sling, so we can only wish well for him going forward. Can't imagine what he's thinking right now. It's got to be a tough time.
Archibald sets. Strike call. 0-2 now. And a swing and a miss. Lala goes down, 1 down. Brings J.D. Urso to the plate. Who had a base hit, got all the way to third, did not score.
Second baseman, J.D. Urso.
Outside, ball 1.
77.5. Really? Yeah, it felt good. Pretty solid. It felt really good. But did I my calculus test yesterday? Yeah. Oh, you did? Yeah. Calculus? I got a 6.
Ground ball out to short. Gray drops it for a second and then eats it. That'll be an error on the shortstop. Second error on Flagler today. I think they may both be charged to Gray. I think the first one was a throwing error.
Dirt. Yep.
Jose Cadenas to the plate for Tampa.
Smell the popcorn, Jack.
Yeah. Nice crowd here for a midweek game. Cadenas looks at a pitch high. We had jam-packed crowds over the weekend.
Oh, it was beautiful. Sunday, they had the fraternity sororities that came through. Had some corn eating contests and apple bobbing. So the school is not really, it's a very good sports school, but as in like the culture around the sports is not as good as it probably should be. So
that is hit probably higher than deep, but maybe not. Heading out into his Colangelo on the track, and he makes the catch. That one just had a little bit too much hang time.
Those are the ones that are going to keep you up at night. Like, what do I eat? Maybe Wheaties instead of Fruit Loops the morning before?
Third baseman,
Unfortunately, that was a 7-iron instead of a 3-iron.
Yeah. Trying to get better at golf. I feel like that's the move after your baseball career ends, to try to
brings up McAllister Jorgensen, ball high.
I can putt and I can drive. It's just problem is when I drive, I have no idea where it's going. It's going far, but no idea where it's going. Nonetheless, back to baseball. JD over there at first. Spartans been interesting when they take a lead off a lefty. I've noticed so far this year, seem to take the precautionary steps so they don't want to get picked off.
That one's hit out into right field, but not moving Garcia too much, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Spartans get a man on, but that's it. So we now played 4 full, still 2-0 Tampa on top on TampaSpartans.tv.
waving at you. You can't tell what's behind you or not.
Spartans are going to make a pitching change as we go to the 5th, so the day will be over. So Braden Forsyth comes in, a righty from Coldwater, Mississippi. 6'3", 215-pound junior.
By way of Ole Miss Rebels. So, some SEC experience, at least roster-wise.
This appears to be his first appearance of the season.
Yep.
So, can't tell you anything else about him, other than it's his first appearance for the Tampa Spartans.
Well, he must be pretty good. Obviously, was formerly at Ole Miss.
So Canny's day is done, holding on to a 2-0 lead. Right about the 70 pitch mark. Leading off for the third time today, actually not for the third time today, but for the third time today, batting will be Gray. His second time leading off an inning. Looks to bunt and fouls it back.
I feel like we'll see a lot more bunts, of course, in that Bridgeport game, as Wood obviously dentons the baseball. This Flagler team out hitting the Spartans, some by 2, even though they are losing by 2.
Ground ball, hops over Forsyth. Urso takes the hop, throws quickly to Sullivan, who dropped it.
Yeah. That'll probably be an error to Sullivan now.
Just hit his mitt and popped right out.
Urso did throw it really hard, but it wasn't in his glove, so you can't really give it to anyone else but Sullivan.
Now batting is the right fielder, Donovan Garcia.
Can't imagine that. Definitely had to hurt with the first baseman's mitt on, for sure. Garcia.
Right fielder Donovan Garcia to the plate now with a man on. Leadoff runner on. He shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1.
It is nighttime here in Tampa, still sitting at about 80 degrees. At least that's what the 77 degrees.
Plummeting.
Yep.
Is there a wind chill on that? Gets the bunt down, they'll let it go foul, and it does.
Let's see if we can... Let's see if I can test out my weather skills here. See if I have hopes for being a weatherman. So 76 degrees. Let's go. By end of game, it'll be sitting about 72 degrees, cloudy. This week, looking all cloudy. And a little bit of sunniness, no rain scheduled at least for right now.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
One thing Spartans definitely don't have is lefty pitching. Is the one thing I
ripped over Jorgensen's head. That'll send runners to heading for the third. They're going to try to stop the throw to second, but it doesn't even go to second. And heading to second is Garcia. So runners on second and third. A little confusion by Lala on where that throw went.
Would that have been a throwing error?
Well, it allowed the runner to advance, so I'm not sure.
And would it be on? Well, it would have to be on Lala because he threw it.
If it's an error, it would be on Lala for the throw. But he threw it into the infield.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But there was nobody there. He didn't throw it to third. He didn't throw it to second. He threw it to short.
I think he was just
where
trying
nobody
to get
was
it
at.
in. Yeah.
Ball bounces away from Rulai, stays in front of the plate. But now runners are on second and third with nobody out.
Tying run is on second, and our best hitter is up to bat.
They're saying Garcia singled to left, advanced to second on the throw. They're not necessarily saying it was an error, just the throw allowed him to get to second. So, swing and a miss.
Ooh. Big cut there by Thomas.
So that's how they're scoring, and that makes sense. I mean, he just advanced on the throw.
Yep. Thinking about it, I wouldn't give Lala the throwing error. He was just trying to get it in, and kind of unfair to.
That one is hit deep. That may make it 3-2. Hits at the base of the wall. That'll at least tie the game up. Thomas is wheeling into second and is going to pull in, and 2 runs score with Gray and Garcia. 2-2 game now here in the 5th. So Ashton Thomas, solid single there, or double there. He's got a 2-for-3 day going.
So stats don't lie today, at least. Their leading average hitter comes in, hits another double. Now he leads his team with 4 on the year.
They have out-hit Tampa 7-3, and every hit has been pretty solid. That's the first one that did damage.
Oh, the arrow was on Sullivan. Never mind.
Off speed. Strike.
If you showed up to the ballpark, it would be interesting looking at the score sheet. Flagler obviously having 4 more hits than the Spartans, but they do also have the 2 errors.
Colangelo at the plate now. Off speed. A little bit low. I think they called it a strike.
Third base coach for Flagler is
discussing it with the umpire. I think they might have called a check swing. Dave Barnett, the head coach at Flagler, 35 years as the head coach.
That's crazy to think. Let's see, do quick math. Let's see, 8 carry the 5 minus the 1. 13 years more than I've been alive.
Okay. So Thomas on second, the lead run in this game. Colangelo waits. Swing and a miss. Got the first out there.
That's good for your confidence, obviously, after coming out off a double. Speaking of the Flagler clubs, that's someone you want to play for, obviously, committed to the to the group.
Burke now to the plate. Struck out, singled, got all the way to third, did not score. Now has a chance to give his team the lead. Ball low.
Spartans not playing a lot of close games this year. Did have that game on Friday that was 3-2.
And that one is hit out into the right center gap. Does Cumbo get there? He does. Runner tags and comes back quickly. And he'd have been tagged out by the shortstop on that one.
Cumbo's got a cannon for an arm.
2 down now, and Ashton Thomas still on second. But his single tied this game, or his double, I should say, tied this game up.
Cumbo making that look way easier than...
I thought that might have had the gap, but he tracked it down. Burke to the plate now.
I always wondered how it must be with the...
Take that back. Phillips to the plate.
With the lights and all.
Swing and a miss.
Phillips' average on the year not super impressive, but on base percentage isn't bad. So if your average isn't well, you at least want your on base percentage to be sitting somewhere near the 250, 300 range. Righty-lefty matchup right here.
Outside.
Not calling a lot of the outside corner for at least lefties tonight.
Top foul out of play.
Not to talk about these umpires specifically, but they were talking about electronic umpires moving up to AAA now, so slowly creeping their way towards the majors.
1-2, 2 outs. Forsythe with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets out of the inning. Does give up a couple runs, but battles back after the tie. And we've now played 4.5. It is all tied up. Tampa and Flagler on TampaSpartans.tv.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
A couple weeks back with it. These are all legit. Scam your.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Bottom of the fifth we go. Now a brand new ball game, 2-2. Tampa and Flagler. Tampa with runs in the second and third. Flagler coming back with 2 here in the fifth. And Josh Rulai, the number 9 hitter, will lead off for Tampa. Rulai popped a short his first time up. Check swing strike. Tomorrow basketball over at the Martinez Center. Women at 5:30, men at 7:30. Final home game. It'll be senior night for the women's team, and I really encourage people to come out because that is a top 20, a top 15 team, and they deserve to have a bunch of people there. So if you're listening within the distance of the Martinez Center,
come on through.
Come on through. It really is a good basketball team.
You want to say hi to either me or Jack? Jack will be calling a game. I'll just be there and support tomorrow night.
They are number 1 in the conference. NCAA bound. Senior night. The men had senior night last Saturday. Just they did it to handle some travel situations people had.
All Tampa sports seem to be doing outstanding this year. Obviously, soccer didn't get the end result that they wanted, but still making it to the NCAA tournament and playing at home, nothing to sniff about.
3-2 pitch from Archibald. He gets the walk. Go to the top of the order. E.J. Cumbo has hit the ball solidly today.
If you're going to have a day where you haven't got a hit yet, you at least want to be hitting the ball on the ground hard.
He flew out to deep center his first time up to lead off the game for Tampa and hit a sharp grounder to second base. The second baseman didn't have to move an inch.
I don't think you'll find a coach who will dislike hard ground balls ever.
And that one is out into left field. Colangelo waits and makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down there. Back to first base. Goes Rulai.
Good thing is when you're hitting it, eventually those are going to start falling.
Drew Earhart to the plate.
I didn't know which one it was because yesterday one of them said hello to me. I had to go through that.
Drew backs away, called strike.
Thank God.
I know, when there's too many people, it gets too loud in here.
Outside.
That's why I go to my TJ's here.
What did you say?
TJ's here.
I like Gigi's a nice kid, but
Throw to first.
he's a lot to handle.
I'm not going to lie, Jack. Looking at the spring training schedule is quite depressing. Just red cancellations all over the place.
There's going to be
Not a choice.
Are you living with him next year, too?
Check swing. Safe. No strike. 2-1.
To be fair to all the murmurs we just heard, it's tough from that umpire's vantage point to see if he win or not.
My poor intern was harassed.
Ball high. 3-1 count to Drew.
There's a lefty and righty warming up in the Saints bullpen. No one in the Spartans bullpen at the moment.
3-1, hit out into right field. Coming in, and making the catch.
You got to think if maybe he had a better corral, that might have doubled up.
Garcia hustling in from right field. 2 outs now. Jamarcus Lyons to the plate with a base hit, and he got on with a sac fly last time, or I drove in a run with a sac fly last time. Hit went out to right field, and Spartan scored. Half swing, strike call. Outside, 1-2.
He goes, you need to call media services. I said, isn't that your job? He's like, well, either one of us can call him. I said, but are you facilities?
You said it.
Popped up, might be in play. Running over is the first baseman, Phillips. Makes the catch to win the inning. Stuck with that one and went foul by about 30 feet, 10 yards or so, but in play. Didn't get up on the screen, so the inning is over. Tampa gets a runner on, and that's the extent of it. We've now played 5 full. Still a 2-2 game, Tampa and Flagler.
Graduate School. Clubs and organizations.
Top of the sixth we go, all tied up 2-2. Tate, you were asking if I do social media, Twitter, whatever, and I said I tweet twice a day. 8 o'clock every morning I do a Wisconsin sports history tweet. By the way, today in 1980 was the Miracle on Ice.
Okay.
Of which former Wisconsin Badger and current women's hockey coach Mark Johnson scored the winning goal.
Okay.
And was the leading scorer of that team. 2 days ago, I found this was an amazing tweet, or an amazing info, and you can find the video of it.
Sure.
Florida Atlantic, which is a college.
Indeed, Owls, I believe.
Not sure where it is.
I think it's Boca.
I mean, it's on the Atlantic.
Yeah, sure, indeed.
Ball high at the plate is Vondruska. Florida Atlantic's Caleb Pendleton hit 2 grand slams in his first 2 collegiate plate appearances, both in the same inning.
I actually watched that live. I actually unfollowed him today, which is crazy that
ground ball out toward Urso, fields it in time. The freshman hit a home run with the bases loaded twice during a 12-run second inning against Central Florida in a 20-15 win.
He was on MLB Network the next week.
I could imagine everybody wanted to talk to him.
You think, I just want to base it, I want to get comfortable with it. Boom.
I mean, the chances of that happening, first off, the chances of you batting twice in an inning are rare.
The base is loaded.
Well, just twice in an inning.
Yeah, okay, we're just going to go from the start.
That's 10 batters.
Sure.
If you lead off. But he didn't lead off because he had the bases loaded the first time he came up.
It's crazy.
And then to have the inning still going and you come up again is amazing. But to come up again with the bases loaded, ground ball, that is foul.
Speaking of crazy college D1 baseball stats, North Carolina, I was telling you about this the other day, North Carolina State had a player by the last name of White, and in a 48-hour time frame, hit 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. So, a good start to your season. Obviously, NC State being sent home from the College World Series, looking for some vengeance, I would say.
Forsyth fires. Fiorenza at the plate now.
She needs to be there. Don't be upset.
No, Jerome would be the last person to get upset.
He would say that's her job to be there.
Yeah, Jerome would say, I don't know where she's at. I'll look at her first.
Goes up after that one, swing and a miss.
Gotta ask you, Jack, what's your favorite Tampa jerseys you've ever seen? Because my favorite's the Tino Martinez one. I've been trying to get Colby to bring him back for baseball.
You mean UT jersey?
Yeah, baseball ones.
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah. He showed him on the, must have been on one of the retro days.
You're so weird.
Tap foul.
I also like that old football UT logo. Obviously, it's pertinent to the football team, so.
Get teams back at PA.
2-2 with 1 out. And a 1 hopper to the backstop.
That would have been a really good cricket pitch, Jack.
Yeah.
Probably would have been the sport I would have made it in, but luckily played baseball. Full count.
Forsyth fires. Swing and a miss. Got the strikeout. 2 down now.
Exactly what you want to see from your reliever after giving up a double for 2 runs. Usually that's what makes a man, figuring out how he responds, and he's responded well.
This will bring Newland to the plate, the number 9 hitter.
Remember, in his last at-bat, did not go down easy.
Ended in a strikeout, but I think he had at least 5 foul balls.
Yeah.
A little bit inside.
Again, I'll find it hard-pressed to find a coach that if you get a pitcher to throw more than 10 pitches, that it's a bad at-bat.
Schedule today. And I was like, okay, we only have 6 weeks left of baseball. 6 weekends left of baseball.
Another 1 hopper to the backstop.
All right, we only have this many more kids left until they're gone.
Also learned that Krispy Kreme is not a sponsor of UT anymore, even though it's on them.
Basketball? Baseball.
Oh, basketball? They're in the same, my coach basketball. Conference we will.
A little bit inside. 3-0 now.
You don't think we're going to win? We'll go back to
3-0 pitch. Walked him in 4.
Back to the leadoff.
Now batting the shortstop, Mason Gray.
Mason Gray to the plate.
Gray's a freshman from Lake City, Florida, by way of Columbia High School.
So at 2 outs, throw to first.
Newland is a threat on the base pass. Has stolen 4 bases this year and might have been picked off and has.
Okay, that takes the threat off the base pass.
There you go, Jack.
Newland picked off to end the inning, so no runs scored and nobody left on base. We played 5.5 now, and it is still a 2-2 ball game. Spartans will send up. And we haven't changed it yet, so I can't tell you who they're bringing up. Sullivan, Lala, and Urso. We'll be right back after this.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Knotted up at 2s. Jack Ike along with Tate Gebhard.
Howdy.
Bringing all the home games this year. And we've got a bunch of them to start. Spartans were on the road for 3 to start the season. And now we are 7 games into a 16-game homestand.
There may be one game late in the year. I think you may do it because it's during one of my class schedule. But everything else, I think it'll be me and you, Jack, the rest of the way.
Okay. Dan Sullivan to the plate.
Try to see if I can get college credit. Don't think I will be able from marketing, but nonetheless. Sullivan. Been slowly hitting the ball farther and farther. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
A little bit inside.
Shift on. We were talking about that earlier. Sullivan, you want the last guy to bunt, but...
Well, he's avoided the shift with fly balls his first 2 at-bats.
Oh,
fooled him.
That's one of those ones you just flush away.
One ball, 2 strikes. Sullivan steps out and now gets ready and goes back in against Archibald.
Looks like Dalton Ross is warming up in the Tampa bullpen.
Fly ball down foul, and I don't think they'll get to it. They don't.
Covered a lot more ground than I thought he would have.
Yeah, he almost got to the tarp near the Spartan bullpen.
Vondruska,
who is the third baseman playing shortstop at the moment with the shift on. And he's actually closer to second than he is third. Ground ball foul on the first base side.
I know it's 2 outs, and I know it's a tie ball game, so there's no sign telling you to bunt down the third base line, but if you have the ability, Dan Sullivan, now...
You could hit a bad bunt.
Yeah.
As long as it's fair.
And as long as you push it.
You're going to reach base right now.
Yep.
There's such a gap. As long as it's fair. Tough one to look at, but we're not behind the plate.
No, yeah. Buckled my ankles from up here. Looking at it.
Fouled off again.
Staying alive, staying alive. Spartans only come up with 3 hits so far.
And he bounces that one out, and now nobody knew who was going to cover.
Safe.
And he is safe at first. Ball was hit, you saw it, was hit to the second baseman, but the first baseman committed to going out to get it. Second baseman eventually got it, had to get out of the way of the first baseman.
Sure.
Pitcher Archibald came over to cover. Sullivan slides in. They called him safe. Dave Barnett out to question the call and is told it doesn't matter.
Well, it's definitely, they're talking over there about if it's an error or not. I would definitely call it just a base hit.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, nothing wrong. It's just
confusion.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that, I think, last weekend about sliding into first.
He was avoiding a collision there more
True,
than
true, yeah. It's just the first time I've seen it actually work out at first base.
Well, if it's a single game, it'd just be a limit. It'd be a 7. Double header.
Wow. Reaching out to get that one. Jordan Lala at the plate for Tampa.
Will you put it on the sign-up sheet? It is?
Shows bunt, ball outside, 2-0.
Lala, former Hurricane, and by way of Steinbrenner High School. So, a Tampa product.
Again shows bunt, and it goes 3-0. Archibald hasn't been able to bring it in. This is right out of Joe Urso's playbook. Runner on first, nobody out. See if he can get him to second.
It's always interesting to show bunt, how much that messes with certain pitchers.
See if he's taking. Just going to show bunt. That one's called strike. That was probably not one he was going to put down, but he wanted to show bunt anyway.
Yeah.
Now, just one strike. I wouldn't doubt we'll see it one more time. Way outside, walked him. So that does the same job.
Yep.
Except you now have 2 base runners and J.D. Urso to the plate. Fiorenza out to the mound to talk to Archibald.
Shortstop, and there's a pretty big gap there for a righty.
J.D. Urso waits. 2 runners on, shows bunt, gets it down, and they got to field it.
Good job.
And he moves the runners over. It was such a tough play for Vondruska to decide, should he see if it goes foul? If he does, and it doesn't, the bases are loaded.
I think it was just too hardly hit. If it does go fair and it goes past the third base bag, you look kind of like an idiot.
Yep.
think it was overall smart
But
play.
I think we're going to make the pitching change anyway. Is Dave Barnett coming out this time?
Well,
slow walk.
This will be your Courtyard Marriott call to the bullpen. We have a righty coming in. Gavin Barnell, freshman from Coral Springs, Florida, by way of Coral Springs Charter School. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, throws right, that's right.
This will be his third appearance of the season. Just has 2/3 of an inning under his belt right now, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 2, has an ERA of 13.50 right now. But he'll have Spartans at second and third with 1 out.
Tough position to come in. Again, I talk about myself only because it's the only reference point I have. But I remember I was never threw hard, so I always get brought in with bases loaded to limit the damage. So I can imagine the feelings he has coming in. But people like him tend to feed off that energy. It'll be interesting to see.
Jose Cadenas will be the batter when Barnell finishes his warm-up.
Here on our sheet it says Flagler's coach is interim head coach? Oh, so that must be a typo.
That's what it said last week for...
It must just be the set thing. Okay. It does say 35 years in interim.
No, that's just a
yeah.
Jose Cadenas will step into the plate. Barnell will inherit runners at second and third. And the righty takes a look at the runners, comes home. Was doing that slow curve a lot during his warm-ups. That one just started high and stayed high. Sullivan on third, Lala on second. 1 out.
It's like not loading.
Ball outside. 2-0.
Huge opportunity here for the Spartans.
Cadenas waits. Here's the pitch. In the dirt.
Interesting they're not giving him a bag, trying to play the double play depth, but obviously feel like they can get Cadenas out if they're pitching to him.
Now they're playing to not let the run score, not double play because nobody's on first.
No, I was just saying why they wouldn't walk him.
No. Well, they may have pitched around him and sort of gave him the walk. Jorgensen now with the bases loaded.
We were speaking about the bases loaded. Obviously not talking about this game, but who knows?
But it was a freshman, so we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens.
And there's the first strike from Barnell. Half swing. Called strike. 1-2. On deck for the Spartans is Josh Rulai.
I said kids used to want to beat him up though in high school. Yeah, oh man, he used to start stuff. No, he said that he just talked a lot. Yeah, he used to talk shit about.
Ground ball, almost backhanded. Now do they try to go for two? No, their Spartans score. That'll be an E4. Second baseman tried to make the play. Couldn't get it into his mitt, so run scores. Bases still loaded. Spartans lead 3-2. Just a slow roller. Darnell tried to backhand it on the pitcher's mound. He's probably glad he didn't.
It's one of those close errors because it was hit softly enough that maybe, but I understand because he bobbled it.
It meant Burke had to rush it as much as he could, and he just couldn't get it in the mitt. There's a one-hopper stopped by Fiorenza. So the Spartans still, bases loaded, one out, but now a run is in, and they have a 3-2 lead.
And if you're Flagler, the last guy you want to see up is the guy who's on deck with the bases loaded.
That would be Cumbo. Rulai at the plate now. Swing and a miss.
Big swing.
We said that was an error, not an error. He would probably have been his basement on that.
1-1 on the way. Outside. Fiorenza's getting a workout this inning. You know, had Burke not cut in front to make that play, it might have bounced perfectly
to the bag,
to Gray for the force out, but you can't wait and see if that'll happen. That one's hit out into center. That should bring in a run. Well, it's kind of shallow. Actually, it's caught in right by Garcia. Run coming in and standing and crossing the plate is Lala, and the Spartans take a 4-2 lead.
Spartans are really good with, if you make an error, making you pay.
Yeah. So Rulai with the sac fly, and it's 4-2 Tampa. Now runners on first and third with 2 outs, and E.J. Cumbo to the plate, and another trip to the mound.
And it looks like we'll have the Barnes & Noble call to the bullpen. Lefty.
We'll take a break while we bring in the new pitcher, and we'll be right back. Tampa leading now 4-2. coming into pitch. This will be appearance number 5 on the season. He has no decisions at this point. Pitched 6 innings, given up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 9. So he's got a good strikeout to walk ratio and has an ERA of 1.50. He will inherit 2 base runners, first and third, and a 4-2 lead now for Tampa. And the dangerous E.J. Cumbo, who
flies out,
sends one out to center. Newland comes in, makes the catch to win the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice job by Newfie to get out of the inning. So we've now played 6 full, Tampa 4, Flagler 2.
On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium,
Top of the 7th we go. Dalton Ross coming into pitch for Tampa. He is from Statesboro, Georgia. This will be appearance number 5 on the year. Has 1 save to his credit. Has pitched 7 innings, walked 2, struck out 11. Has yet to give up a hit. Has an ERA of 0.
That's a pretty good ERA.
I think you could hear me say that with the music going.
ERA 0. It's a Sodexo call to the bullpen.
7 innings pitched, no hits, no runs. Leading off is Gray, leadoff hitter, and this is the 3rd time in the game he's been the leadoff hitter. Gets the bunt down foul.
Still amazes me the courage of this kid. He completely taught himself how to completely pitch again. He went down a complete different angle and only throws 2-seam, and it's mighty effective. His brother plays for University of Georgia as a pitcher.
Swing and a miss, nice pitch there.
I guess since we're talking about brothers, Drew Earhart's brother plays for, I believe, Oklahoma State, if I got that correctly. They played Vanderbilt this weekend, actually took the series against Vanderbilt.
Half swing, strikeout. Ross just fooled him on that pitch. 1 up, 1 down. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Garcia, the right fielder.
Now batting right fielder, Donovan Garcia.
A real big key to this Spartans bullpen. Ross is a mainstay on it.
Tori, let's stop talking politics.
Swing and a miss. He's just coming in to throw strikes right now.
Yeah, it's not appropriate.
On deck is the offensive threat for the Flagler so far would be Thomas.
Swing and a miss.
You don't bring our political views into the workplace.
0-2 pitch on the way. Outside, 1-2.
Looking for that corner.
She's a gun-toting Republican. They're all the same. I said, you don't even know what the political party is.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3.
And that will be 2 outs.
The designated hitter, Ashley Thomas.
Thomas to the plate, and he's had a big day.
Yeah, 2 for 3. He has 2 RBIs, a single and a double. He's not scored a run yet, but definitely driven in.
Drove in the only runs of the game for Flagler. Tied the game at the time. Strike call. Ross just says, I'm throwing you strikes, see what you can do with it.
Just that angle is so deadly. People just don't know what to do with it.
Just kind of slashes that one foul.
I believe that's from the soccer field. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what the noise was coming from.
Ball high.
I'm going to put dogs all inside of it. I'm going to put dogs
1-2 with 2 out.
Have yourself an inning, Dalton Ross.
Has him just flailing at pitches, gets the strikeout, and we have gone through 6.5. Tampa holds on to the 4-2 lead right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Bottom of the 7th, Spartans will send up Earhart, Lyons, and Sullivan. Melfi will be on the mound for Flagler. Tampa now up 4-2 in the game. Picked up 2 last inning to get the lead back after taking a 2-zip lead. Flagler tied in the 5th. Spartans take a 4-2 lead in the 6th, and we are now in the bottom of the 7th.
Really nice check to see the Spartans come back. Obviously, being tied 2, they haven't really been in a lot of tied situations to show the resilience. That'll do them justice as the year goes on.
Ball outside. 1-1's the count.
It also does feel like Spartans do have this comfortability at home. They do have a 16-game homestand, so I guess that would help out a lot.
Drew went up high to get that one. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Bounces one in front of the plate, 2-2.
Some fun stats for you statistic people out there. Spartans have 71 runs on the year, batting .311. On base percentage is .383, and their slugging percentage is sitting at .447.
2-2.
They do have 4 home runs.
3-2, I should say.
3 of them from Dan Sullivan.
3-2 pitch to Drew Earhart. No fee. Swing and a miss. Got him to go down swinging. One down here in the 7th. Jamarcus Lyons to the plate now for Tampa. Lyons watches the first one low outside. Ball 1.
Lyons has 7 hits on the year, 3 doubles.
Strike on the inside corner.
Can you tell what that last pitch was? No.
Strike.
Yeah, strike.
You'll sing it once last year. You'll never good at singing. He messed up. I don't know what I'm running.
One hopper. Ball 2.
I told Larry she's nuts.
Lefty and righty warming up in the bullpen for the Saints.
They do have a shift on for Lyons. And he hits it down third base. Fielded, foul. Nice stab, regardless.
Yeah. It's one of those hard ones, too, because you can't really get a judge on the pick. He's got that blonde glove, kind of reminded me of Chipper Jones, but I am a Braves fan, so shades of memory.
2-2 pitch coming up. No fee. Winds and fires. Again, I think he one-hopped that one.
The Saints have had a kind of hard time with the mound today. Can't really figure out why.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Took something off it, and Lyons couldn't dial it down and goes down swinging. It'll bring Dan Sullivan to the plate.
It's really good pitching. It wasn't necessarily fast, but change of speeds kills you.
Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
Sullivan's first pitch, big swing and a miss. Ground ball, foul.
Sullivan having a really hot start to the 2022 campaign, batting .389, 10 RBIs, 14 base hits, 5 doubles, and 3 home runs. So pretty solid start to the year for the Spartans first baseman.
Goes after that one, goes down swinging. So Nofi gets him going outside, and that takes care of the Spartans here in the 7th. Nothing across. We go to the top of the 8th with Tampa still on top of Flagler 4-2 right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
If he really wanted to?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's why a lot of them go to JUCOs. Top of the 8th we go. Dalton Ross back on the bump for the Spartans. And leading off is Colangelo for the Saints. Tampa 4, Flagler 2. Spartans will be back in action with Sunshine State Conference baseball on Friday when Florida Tech comes to town to start the conference season.
But again, can't stress enough, tomorrow got some Wednesday basketball over at the Martinez Center, so go check that out. The
final home games of the season, Spartans playing St. Leo. Spartans women in first, but still need to keep winning to make sure they stay in first. I'd say they will get a bid to the NCAA tournament regardless of whether they win the conference tournaments. The regular season ends on Saturday, and conference tournament play starts Monday, or March 1st, Tuesday. And if you're a top 4 seed, which at the moment the men and women are number 1 seed in the conference. Actually, it's not the seed, but where you finish in the conference, top 4 teams. Spartans men are 4th, so they would host a home game. And if so, if they both host on Tuesday, it's 5:30, 7:30 again. Swing and a miss.
So just for the people who are listening who happen to be on campus, what will the times be again tomorrow?
5:30, 7:30.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time.
For some reason, if you have your clocks changed to Hawaiian time, make sure to correct that.
Yep. Or Newfoundland time, you'll be early.
Exactly.
Fouled off. Now, second round games are going to be Thursday, March 3rd. More than likely, if the Spartan men win, get the 4th spot and win, they would go on the road because the higher seed hosts the game. Fouled back. The women have the potential of hosting all games. Last year they hosted all 3 games, but then lost to Eckerd in the finals. Still got a bid to the tournament, though. Actually, that was 2 years ago now. There was no conference tournament last year. Ground ball.
Oh.
Wow, that one just...
I think it's a base hit.
Hop on Drew Earhart. That'll be a hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a hit.
It's just kind of ranging over, then get out of the way.
No, yeah, I was about to say, because I filled in for you one of those days. I called one of the women's game was I believe it was a Sunshine State semifinal game. It was a shortened season, though.
Yeah, last year they only played 7 games. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Even though the Spartan women won all 7, it wasn't enough. They had to play, I think, 12 games to get an NCAA bid. Conference didn't get them enough games. There were a number of teams in the conference that just chose not to play. Burke at the plate.
Well, speaking about hosting and everything, I believe Tampa would have been on tap to host in baseball if it wasn't for COVID. Am I right?
Probably.
Right? Yeah. They went with, I believe, West Florida because of the stadium.
I think you're right with that one.
Shout out to my buddy Brooks over there. Currently injured, but an outfielder for the plays over there in West Florida.
1-2 pitch from Ross. And he gets him swinging at another one. Goes down swinging. So Ross has come in now, has 4 strikeouts. Still no walks. Still no runs.
I mean, for a middle reliever, putting up video game numbers to start the year.
Phillips to the plate. Base hit. His first time up. Fouled off.
Well, Jack, I got to ask you, if you were the head coach of Flagler, what would you be telling your batters right now? Because it's tough.
Yeah.
Do you move up in the box? I mean, it's not like he's not throwing hard.
No.
So it's like...
Outside.
I've always told coaches, well, like left-handed pitching or any form of quirk that will get get some outs.
I don't know if the coach can say much, but the previous batter or anybody who's batted so far should be able to give you some advice on what to look for.
The worst one's when you have the guy in front of you tell you, I don't know.
Foul off, out of play. You know, the curveball, since it's sidearm, may not bite down.
I never asked if he had I know he has a two-seam, that's where he throws from, and I know he has a couple other pitches, but
it may not react the way a normal pitch would.
Yeah, because he is pushing off a different finger, so it's causing a different motion.
2-2 pitch.
Yeah.
That looked pretty good.
That was beautiful.
And the umpire agrees.
That was,
strikeout. 5 strikeouts.
Have yourself a night there, Ross.
Every batter who has not reached base has struck out against Ross.
And if you're Phillips, you really can't do much there. Just broke in last second, strike, kind of. I'd like to see him throw a wiffle ball, Jack.
That would probably be crazy.
It'd be insane.
Ball gets away, runner stays.
Don't know if you ever saw one of those blitz balls. They made them growing up, the ones that purposely meant to blow your mind.
Vondruska at the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk.
That's what a blitz ball's like.
Runner goes. Pitches outside, throw to second a little high, and he's in safely.
Spartans have picked off 2 runners this year, but I've yet to see him throw out a runner yet.
So Dave Barnett, realizing he's got to get some people in scoring position, took a chance with 2 outs, probably thought it's all right if Vondruska leads off the 9th. Check swing, strike call.
Ooh.
2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball, fielded by Sullivan, a race to the bag, and he wins it. Spartans get out of the inning. No damage. They'll hold on to the 4-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tampa over Flagler, 4-2.
No one stands out. Oh.
We head to the bottom of the 8th. Tampa up 4-2. Leading off will be Jordan Lava. Nofi still pitching.
Jordan Lava.
Well, if Jordan Lala could just bloop one over the third baseman here.
He scored twice today. Both times on walks. So he's officially 0 for 1, but has 2 runs scored. So he's made him pay for putting him on base.
Had a good start to his year, batting .333. He's got 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, 9 hits, and has scored 5 runs. And looks like 2 of them.
Make it 7 now.
No, 7, yeah. I don't know if these are updated or not, yeah.
Probably not. I think those are as of the going into the game.
Sure.
They're playing in at third, thinking he might bunt. He tried that last time, ended up getting walked.
For those wondering,
but it was a different situation. They had a runner on. He was trying to move him.
You don't want to pitch.
For those wondering, sometimes statistics they update live, sometimes they don't.
I don't think these do.
No. Maybe not those. I remember last game they did, but I don't know if I was looking at the same thing. But again, I think someone has to be here to do that, if I remember correctly, because they had like a QR code over there. Anyway, 3-0 count.
And that's a third walk for Jordan Lala today. The precedent says he'll score.
I would not want to play Monopoly with him. Gets too many free passes. And
another trip to the mound by Dave Barnett. And they're already calling for the bullpen.
Have the Dunkin' Donuts call to the bullpen.
So Nofi's day is done. Well, not officially, because he's responsible for Jordan Lala.
Coming in is 29 Jake Hill, right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 200-pounder from my neck of the woods, coming Georgia by way of Forsyth Central High School.
Appears to be his first appearance of the season. So no numbers to give you. We'll take a break while he warms up, and we'll be right back on TampaSpartans.tv. So Hill just about done warming up. And he will face J.D. Urso. Hill does have an appearance. I was looking under the wrong line. See if I can get you updated for Jake Hill. 4th appearance of the year.
Ooh, that's off the bat. See that?
That hit the bat. Did it hit his finger before the bat, or at the same time? He's holding.
That's not good, folks.
Finger, thumb.
He said it hit the bat.
It sounded like it hit
the bat,
yeah. But that doesn't mean it didn't also hit his finger. Could have hit the finger then the bat.
Yeah.
Even bat and finger.
I wonder what Coach Urso's.
I don't know if he's saying you should get the base. If it hit him.
It hits your finger
first.
Your
finger first. It
hits
the
you.
batter.
Yeah. I also thought it might have shocked him. You know, when you bunt on the wrong end of the bat, it might have. But I don't know.
Training staff checking it out.
We have a little bit of a sidearm matchup at the moment between relievers. One of my personal favorites in baseball.
That's not my name, man. That's what the baseball guys call it. Why do they call him that?
So still, they're not looking at his fingers anymore, and I think he wants to stay in, and he's going to.
I guess they're just going to call it a foul. And you see where the ball went? It didn't go in fair play. I know it hit him, but I didn't see where the ball ended up.
Having a little discussion with the umpires, father and son.
I would have liked to see a 3-game series between these two. I think would have been a cool one, but just a 1-gamer.
They will stay in the SSC as Flagler's going to play Rollins.
Sure.
A little shorter trip for them.
Remember, I tried out for Rollins. They said I threw too slow. I think I clocked in at 65 miles an hour.
So you couldn't get arrested for breaking the speed limit on that one?
No, definitely not. And I definitely wouldn't be responsible for hitting anybody because I can only throw 65.
Even off of that, J.D. Urso lays it down.
That may curve back. Had a good bunt earlier in the game.
Hill, I was going to mention, this is his 4th appearance, his 7 1/3 innings pitched at this point. Given up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, struck out 4, walked 2, an ERA of 2.45. Father and son having another discussion, probably not about his finger, but about what he wants him to do here. Maybe missed the sign last time. Runner on first, nobody out, 2 strikes now on J.D. Urso. So logic says he won't be bunting. He bunts. Pulls it away. And they say he appealed it, but said no, he didn't go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So apparently logic not playing much.
That's my logic anyway.
Of a part. No, I mean, it's good logic with 2 strikes, but I think that's why he's actually bunting.
Yeah. Shows another one, and that time he offered.
Yep.
Pitch might have been out of the zone, but he offered anyway. So strike out and brings Cadenas to the plate.
Now batting the center fielder, Jose Cadenas.
There's a huge gap between that. Okay, the shortstop's moving back. I was about to say, there's a massive gap between the third baseman and the shortstop at the moment.
Umpire on the field calls time. He's pointing above the Spartans' dugout. Maybe there's a gate that came open or something on the other side of the dugout.
All right.
There are batting cages back there. I haven't heard anything going on back there, but maybe a ball bounced out. Anyway, we're back. First pitch to Cadenas. Strike.
It'll be interesting to see who's it. Well, actually, let me see if
Bottom of the 8th, Tampa 4, Flagler 2.
I want to guess by the glove over there and down the left field line would be Nelson, but I got binoculars, so let's find out.
Ball outside.
And my presumption would be correct. Nelson's warming up. Looks like for a save opportunity. If the score stays the way it is.
Hill digs in, quick throw. Ball gets away. Is it far enough? No.
Looks like
might have hit.
Lala.
Wow. Yeah. Might have bounced off his back.
No, I'm just saying,
You would have thought he might have been over there at second, but looked like he got hit.
Yeah, I don't know if it bounced far enough away anyway, but
true, yeah.
He certainly got hit, caused him to just stay. So 1-1 again. Big leg extension from Hill, and he fires outside.
If I would have known he threw sidearm, I would have gone down there earlier and asked how long he's been doing it. Some people don't usually start off sidearm.
2-1. Runner goes. Hit and run. Fouled off. Well, you need to study your video.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You need to look at every game they've played.
No, I will do it. I will find out. Sidearmers interest me. Favorite one coming from Japan where they almost throw upwards.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes again. Outside. Throw down to second. One hops and safely in. Shortstop not able to take the hop. Doesn't go away. So now Lala on second with one out. And Cadenas with a 3-2 count.
That will be Lala's second stolen base of the year.
I think he might have had that regardless of the throw anyway. The throw was a little outside, caused Fiorenza to lose a little bit of timing just to go get the ball.
Got a really good jump on it.
3-2. Ground ball foul. Joe Urso doing a little two-step.
Some people forget. Urso used to play back in the day.
Yeah. All-American here.
Fun fact, I don't know why people wouldn't know this yet, but tied with Skip Bertman, legendary Skip Bertman, for championships. Obviously in the D2 level, but still.
3-2. Ooh. Is that just way inside?
Yeah.
All four. Had he backed out, he'd have got hit. He just stayed there and it went behind him.
Sure.
Runners at first and second now. And Jorgensen to the plate.
This just shows you how good Dalton Ross has gotten in a short period of time of mastering that sidearm. It's not an easy thing to do.
First pitch to Jorgensen. Looks good. Called strike. One. That one's hit out into right field and caught by Garcia. Runners are not able to tag, so we have two down now. Josh Rulai strolls to the plate.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I may have saved myself some mileage today.
Guarantee they make it up at some point.
Oh, they will. It'll be like a 7 home run game or something.
Ball high. Rule Life with a pop-up to short, walked, and then had a sac fly to right field. Brought a runner in from third. Pops one up again. Playable. This could be tough. Second baseman drifts over. He calls for it, makes the catch in fair territory to end the inning. Spartans put 2 on. Nobody scores. We've got 1 inning to go. At the end of 8, Tampa 4, Flagler 2 on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
something electrifying about a vibrant satisfaction of investing.
Top of the ninth we go. Last chance for Flagler. They will send up Fiorenza to the plate. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters. It'll be Fiorenza, Newland, and Gray.
Spirit.
Braden Nelson on the mound for Tampa. Close out this game.
Mr. Empanada call of the bullpen this fine Tuesday night.
First pitch. Doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, one of my players of the game so far would definitely still go to Dalton Ross. Heck of an outing.
Ground ball foul. Almost into the Spartan dugout.
Well, good news if you're Flagler, you don't have to see sidearm.
So you'll probably see heat.
Yeah, bad news is you will see deafening heat.
So 1 out here in the ninth. Brings up Newland to the plate.
Really love seeing the middle getting solidified as we head to conference play.
Popped up foul. Strike 1 to Newland. Gray on deck.
Flagler is leading in hits by 4, which interesting enough as it is. Spartans lead by 2.
Conference going on between coach and batter down the baseline. Quite a long conference going
Sure,
on.
indeed.
Dave Barnett seems to be very emphatic.
I wouldn't be
what he's telling him.
I've seen that look before. I think he may have missed a sign. That's from pure assumption. I've done that a few times, so I would know what that look looks like.
He swung away and fouled it off, so I'm not sure. And the only other thing you could think of is a bunt.
Yeah.
So Newland steps back in with renewed interest. Grounds it to Jorgensen, or with the throw to Sullivan for the out. 2 down, 1 more out. And the Spartans will pick up their 9th win of the year.
Reminder, this Flagler team did beat Eckerd, you said, last week?
3, swept them in 3.
Swept them, yeah.
Last weekend. They will take on Rollins this coming weekend. They've been making a tour of the SSC. Also played St. Leo, but lost 2 of 3. So that'll be 10 games against SSC opponents before they're done. Just like the Spartans with the Peach Belt Conference. Ball bounces away. 2 balls, no strikes. Down the middle, strike call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nelson can get a save because he's faced enough batters that had they scored would have tied the game. Popped up. That should end the game. J.D. Urso wins it for the Spartans.
Spartans win.
Tampa wins it 4-2. Tampa now 9-1 on the year. All their wins against Peach Belt Conference opponents. On the other side of the ledger, Flagler falls to 5-6 on the season. Just a one-game series. So next up for the Spartans, Sunshine State Conference play when Florida State comes to town on Friday, 6 o'clock first pitch Friday, and then a doubleheader at 1 and 4 on Saturday. So we'll get ready for conference play.
Make sure to come out Wednesday. We mentioned it a couple times at the broadcast. 2 big basketball games here at Martinez.
Tomorrow
night, go tune out. Go watch some good old-fashioned Tampa Spartans basketball. It's been a fantastic night. Calling alongside you, Jack. Excited for this weekend SSC conference.
5:30, 7:30. Women's game at 5:30. Men's game 7:30. Spartans women leading the conference. Spartan men in 4th place. Important games for both teams. So we'll see you. Spartans win this one 4-2. For Tate Gebhardt, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. And join us for baseball 6 o'clock Friday when the Spartans take on Florida Tech. You've been watching this game on the Sunshine State Digital Network and TampaSpartans.tv.
Have a good night, everybody.